Firstly, I'd like to make sure you're not mistaking me for Paul Ryan. I'm not here for talking about Medicare or any of those expenses. But, firstly, I would like to welcome each one of you, fellow Toastmasters and guests, and my favorite judges. One thing my father always told me was, whatever happens, happens for your good. And there was always a story associated to any fable, any saying that my father had to share with me. This one goes like this. There's a king, long, long ago. He has a wise minister, and they both set out to go hunting. When they set out to go hunting, what they end up doing is put their bows and arrows and everything, and the king cuts his finger. And the minister says, "King, don't worry. Whatever happens, happens for your good." The king is infuriated. He says, "How could you be so rude to the king?" And the minister says, "Trust me, king. I mean what I say." He calls the guards and says, "Put him in the jail." Oh, minister is not very happy, but he just follows the order. Again, he follows his own principle, saying, whatever happens, happens to you good. The king sets out, he goes out hunting, and then suddenly he encounters a group of hillbillies, or what you call them as tribals. All these guys who do those kind of dances. So they pick him up, tie him up to a pole, and get him ready for what? A sacrifice. And the king is completely jittered. And when they are ready to do the sacrifice, the leader of the tribe comes in and inspects the king. And he finds this cut on his finger and says, "Blah, blah, blah, now come here." People are wondering what it is, and of course, the king is. And then they find out that the king is not eligible for the sacrifice. They'll let him go. So king is pretty happy that he made it back home. He comes back and tells the minister, "You know what? I put you in, but guess what happened to me? I didn't get killed." The minister says, "Trust me, king, when I said nothing bad will happen, I meant it. But you said everything happens for a good, but I locked you up in the jail. What about that?" There's a great story in that as well, my lord. If I had been with you, guess what? I would have been the sacrifice goat. I am sure each one of us have a story like this. But the key point to take is we always treat ourselves to be animals of our consequences and actions, or in the other order. But the point to note is whatever happens, happens for your good. There have been numerous studies that have been carried out by National Public Health or by even institutions like Harvard School for Public Health. And what they've found is when you're happier, you tend to be healthier. And again, there are scientific researches that prove this point. To put this in action, to make sure we all follow what we say or hear, there's a simple route. Recently, we had like $250 worth of co-pays that I paid up in the last 2 months for all the sickness that happened in my family. And my wife was definitely perturbed, and she was saying, "Why do I always get sick? Why does this happen to me?" So I just casually told her, keep an upbeat mood, have a positive attitude, things will work out fine. You'll fall less sick. And I even quoted, "Look at me, I don't fall sick. Thankfully, I didn't fall sick this time." Let's put it that way. And she was able to relate to that. And then I said, let's look up what happened. And when I looked up, there is scientific evidence to prove this. But do we apply these things in our lives? Some of us do. So, I'm here to give you the formula for a successful and healthy life. And the formula, since it's a formula, it needs to be mathematical. So I figured we need to have a formula to take back home. It's called sum equals sum. You can call it whatever which way, but it is sum equals sum. The formula, state of the mind is exactly what happens to the state of the body. If you look at historical evidences of sports people have a very active body, and automatically the mind is also active. Similarly, it has been found that when you keep a positive state of mind, your body acts accordingly. So, some simple techniques that will help you do this. The first one is every single morning, count your blessings. Very simple step. Wake up, first thing in the morning, rub your face, rub your hands, whatever, and say, God, thank you for letting me wake up. Very important thing. Otherwise, you could have probably had a nice sleep. Thanks for getting me my partner next to me, who's still there, and we are happy. Thank you for all the children you gave me. Or thank you for all the positive money you gave me. Anything. I can tell you that each day, if you do this exercise, you will be so happy at the start of the day that the rest of the day will fly by like a rocket jet. But apart from this, there's another thing you should start doing. The second formula is smile more often. How many of us maintain a smile counter? Well, at least I don't. Let's put it that way. So, it has been found to help to count how many smiles you give every day. Strangers included, complete nuts included, as well as your family included. Whoever it is, as long as you can count your smiles, you will leave a very positive impact on yourself. Forget about the others. They'll love you for it. But still, this is the other thing that you need to do. Third, last but not the least, remember the king and minister story? Whatever happens to you, happens for your good. Even if it means you wreck the car with another car. Insurance pays up and you'll get a new car. Look at the positive side. You get total, right? So, remember these principles. There is no success to good health, or there is no secret to good health. The formula is very simple. Som equals sob, or state of mind is the state of body. Thank you for the toast.